Hello everybody, I'm Lisa with Living Life with Lisa, and I thought we would try another recipe, but I'm not going to get it all done because it's called Doritos Casserole, and if I put it together before we get ready to eat, then they get all soggy. So I won't put it in the oven, but I'll tell you about it. So I cook it in this kind of pan because I have to add, this is petite diced tomatoes with green chilies. The original recipe calls for the petite tomatoes, 14.5 ounces, and then 4 ounces of the chilies, but they came in the same jar, so we're doing that. Calls for cream of mushrooms, but we don't do cream of mushroom here. We do cream of chicken, not anything sponsored. It takes a taco packet. Calls for 2, but we do 1, and that's fine. And my kids like hot stuff. I do not, so it works out perfect. Ground beef and a cup of sour cream because that makes everything taste good. So what we do is we gotta brown the hamburger, and then after that's all done, we add the other stuff, warm it up, and then we don't put the Doritos on until get ready with the casserole pan. And I might be able to do that before they come home, and then I will be able to put it on this video. I'm also gonna make another video today, I hope. So if you see me in the same clothes, it's because it's the same day. But anyway, so it's Dorito casserole, and what I'm just going to do is I'm going to move you guys so you're a little bit closer. I feel like you're 1,000 miles away, and we're going to brown our beef, and you're getting to see the true size of me. I am big for me. I have not been this big probably except once in my life, and we don't know what's going on now, but could be, I'm just mushing up the ground beef. Water retention from the kidney disease. Could be the fact that because of my back and my legs, I'm not very mobile. I don't know. It could be that I eat stuff like this, but this I won't eat very much of because I can't have red meat. Not supposed to, so I usually cook this for them, and then I eat whatever. Whatever I can find. But they love this, and so I wanted to do this. I did a tater tot casserole yesterday that Aiden loved. Jesse decided before he even got home he wasn't going to eat it because he didn't like it. He hadn't had it since he was like 3, so he didn't know. And then Randy wasn't around in here. I don't even know if he knew we had dinner, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to put you over here so that I can talk to you a little better. Don't feel like I'm yelling. And luckily, let's see. There. I'm going to just put, fry this up a little bit. I just got the meat in the pan. There's not much to it. You can't, I'm cutting off the top of my head, huh? There. And we're just going to brown that. I'm going to put you off to the side. And while I am waiting for that to get going, I'm going to get a measuring cup. Oh, too high. Come here. I know. I got the fire turned up too hot. I hear all of you yelling at me. I do. So. I'm using a spoon only because it's going to become a liquid when it's done. By the time I add everything. Let's get that brown. this is going to be kind of an odd statement, I think, to make, because I was surprised when I made it earlier, but I do a lot of grocery delivery, because even like standing here is really hurting my back. I'm about ready to bend over and do my little sound of pain. But they have men shoppers, and they also have female shoppers, or one. I've only dealt with one female. And frankly, the men do better than the female does. To tell you the truth, I'll order cauliflower about every time. And when she delivered it, it had black spots all over it. Already started going bad. And the men don't have the spots on it. When they have to substitute one thing for another thing, the men will try to find something as equal as possible. And then, but usually it's on the cheaper side. Now hers went to the higher priced item, or an item that wasn't even close. Like, I tried to order a package of 2 steaks because I've got a couple of steak eaters, and then the night they do that, those of us that aren't steak eaters have pasta. But they sent a chuck roast instead, which cost more, and Aiden had to cut it up just so that he could kind of eat it like steak or cook it like steak, because he loves to cook and loves to make stuff like that. So it's taking a little longer than usual. So I'm gonna brown this, and I'm gonna drain it, and I will be right back. Maybe. Okay, you're back. I just have a pan of 1 pound of ground beef that has been browned so there's no pink. And now it's just a matter of adding things. So I'm gonna add my this is 10 ounces, 10 and a half ounces of cream of chicken soup. And Campbell's makes it thick, so I always have to have help getting that out of the can. Look how thick that is. The cheaper stuff, like from Aldi's, will pour out there better. Just as a get that in there. I'll make on my faces. Get that in there, and we put probably should have put the taco seasoning in first, but it all gets mixed up together. It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other, as I like to say. But taco seasoning, 1 packet. The original calls for 2, but no. Stuff burns my nose just opening a package. So empty that in there. Alright, and then I gotta add, I'm gonna switch it around a little bit. Get that going before I add anything else. That scratching you're hearing is the taco seasoning trying to stick to the side of the pan with the cream of chicken soup. It actually looks good, but it's funny looking right now. It's kind of, I don't know if you're getting the corn look in there, or not corn. I don't know why that word came out. Kind of brown looking. the soup and the seasoning and the ground beef. Now we're going to add a can opener. Going to add our see, I'm not like these real cooking channels that have everything ready or have part of it cooked and you just see like, wow, it's done already. Where in the world could the can opener be? Oh, there it is. Looking right at it, been snake, it bit me. Okay, this is the 14 ounces of petite onion, or petite potatoes. Oh, I'm supposed to cut up an onion too. Gonna have to do that in a minute. Okay. I'll edit some of this out because this is gonna be a long video of just me remembering things that go in it. But the oven's preheated, by the way, at 400 degrees. And it cooks for 20 minutes when it's all done. But you gotta put all this together and warm it up. And let's see, got the tomatoes in there. I'm gonna go ahead and get the sour cream in there, and then I will cut up some onions. I might cheat, I got some onion things, but I probably won't. Okay. Sour cream. It's only a half cup, so half cup measuring thing, so I'm putting in, I have to put in 2 half cups to make a cup. I can still do some math because I have my glasses on. I love the squeezable for this recipe. We usually get the sour cream that's in the block, but this is nice for tacos and to put on your taco, and it's also nice for recipes like this where you can pour it in there. You don't have to melt everything and soften it and whatnot. So I'm gonna mix this all up, put that in the sink eventually, and then I'll be back with you after I get some onions in here. We'll put some onions in. Okay, see you in a bit. Hello, I thought I'd just come back for a minute because I know some people think I don't belong in the kitchen, and I'm kind of one of them because I leave the stove on, but I got reminders to turn it off. But I'm just gonna, slicing them are not that bad because I was taught to do it like this. And so my finger's in the way, that's my own fault. So I'm just gonna make them little pieces, and most of it's sticking behind the knife. And I try not to get my fingers in it just because my coordination is not what it used to be, and my reaction time is not what it used to be, and also the sensation in my hands are not what they used to be. And so it's best for me to not get my fingers in the middle. So once I get started, I kind of just let the knife do all the work, and that helps me to be safe while I'm doing this with nobody around. If somebody was around, somebody else would be doing the onion. I would not be doing the onion because for safety reasons. But we don't have anybody else around, and so I make do. Sometimes you gotta cheat in order to get it done, and don't need a whole lot of onion. This is really, I'm gonna make them a little bit smaller so I go a little further. My boys like hot and spicy. I don't. I got some mustard potato salad from the deli the other day, and I don't know what they put in there. Mustard, or not mustard. Onions, hot onions, or either that or they put in too much pepper, but it burned my mouth so much I couldn't stand it. So let me see if I can take you over back to my sink. Back to my stove. And we will see if we can add them. Sorry, this is high class. I might or I might not delete this part. Got some people that like me to keep it all real, so this is real as it gets. For some reason, back there, my tripod's crooked. Let's see if we can fix it a little bit. There. I'm not sure what you're gonna see. We'll try to make it work. Okay. So I'm just gonna take the cutting board, put it in there. There. Now I can put these in the sink and not get cut. I do my trash in the trash. Okay. So I have in here the sour cream. I have the tomatoes with the green peppers. I have cream of chicken soup. I have 1 packet of tacos. I have some chopped onions. And that's all for right now, I think. And with ground beef. And so I'm going to show you what this looks like now after I get all these little pieces of onions mixed in there best I can. Okay. Now you see why I use this pot? We're filling it up. So what we can do next is if I was doing this all at once, I'd already be preheating my oven, but I'm not going to preheat my oven because I'm not going to put it in the oven right now. But got to heat it up so that all of it gets warm all the way through. Let's see if we can watch this blow up. Okay. There we go. I did the wrong one. I was doing the wrong burner. Can you imagine? See if I had it on. Didn't feel like it. Oh, there's an onion. Got maybe in there. And I'm just gonna warm it up so that they all kind of become gooey together. And while that's doing that, it's gonna go into I'll just talk through the rest of it in case I don't get to do it. But it's gonna go into a 13 by 9 casserole dish, and it needs to be sprayed. And so what I'm gonna do is, hang on, I'm bubbling over here. It's warming up. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray this because I'll forget. 9 times out of 10 I forget. And the only reason I'm remembering is because I told you. I put this on my garage door. Somebody told me to put that on your garage door that won't stick to it won't get stuck to the ground and the ice. It'll keep it from sticking because my garage door gets stuck every year. So I put some on there. So far so good. But we're supposed to be getting either a snowstorm or an ice storm come Sunday or Monday. I'm hoping for snow because if we get an inch to 3/4 inch of ice, that'll knock out the power and everything, and it'll just be plain miserable. So that's not what we want. That's not what we want. All right, this stuff's done. So what would normally happen then is we take the Doritos and cut it and smash them in the bag. See, look, I can do some of that now. I just kind of crumble them up in the bag. See, I had to write on here, do not eat. They're for dinner. For dinner, do not eat. And make sure that nobody eats my Doritos. That's pretty pleasant. Nobody ate the Doritos before I had a chance to make this. So crunch them up. That's not that. And so we kind of divide it. You're supposed to kind of divide it in thirds, but we just do what we want. So what I do is put a third of, excuse me, a third of the Doritos in the bottom. And then you put half of the concoction over it. And then we use, they said shredded cheddar cheese and jack cheese, but we use Mexican cheese. And so after, I mean, it is tacos, so taco meat. So put the meat in, or put a layer of Doritos, put the meat on top, and then you cover it with cheese. Then you put another row of Doritos, more meat, more cheese, last row of Doritos, and then you sprinkle cheese on top of the Doritos. And then you put it in the oven for 20 minutes, and afterwards, when it comes out, the cheese is melted, and it is delicious. It is delicious, and it doesn't take as long to make as it took me to make, because I just forgot stuff and had to go do stuff. So, if I am on, I will show you me actually doing that, but this part I save for later. I'll put a lid on that and just put it in the oven so that I can pull it out when it's time for the boys to come home, and then bake it after they get home. So I might be able to, I might not, it depends. They get wigged out when I'm filming in the house, when they're in the house. So I will let you go, but I will see you later, because I am going to, I'm not gonna, if I have to, I'll sign off later. I'm going to make another video that I wanted to make, because it felt like, why is there a fly in here when it is, well, it's better than outside, I guess. I think last time I looked, it was 16 degrees out, which is cold. Fahrenheit. I don't know Celsius, so ask Siri or ask Alexa. But anyway, so I'm going to do another video, because I want to talk about an important lesson the boys learned through the death of my dad, and also just kind of touch base with y'all. But I wanted to be able to do this cooking thing again, and so I'm hoping I'll be able to finish it up. It's probably going to be a long video, just because if I don't edit a bunch of it out, it's already, I have like 7 minutes here and 10 minutes there and whatnot. But it's delicious. It really is. The kids love it. It's devoured. We don't usually have leftovers when we have Dorito casserole. So this is not a family recipe. It's one somebody gave me and told me. I just made a few changes to it for our liking. The changes were, we put 1 taco packet in it instead of 2. We use cream of chicken instead of cream of mushrooms. We use Mexican cheese instead of Colby Jack and shredded cheese. And other than that, I stick pretty close to the recipe. So I hope you make it. I know that some of you made my my meatloaf, which I'm gonna have to make again. There's been requests from one of my kids for a meatloaf. I did buy enough meat. I forgot to get the pork sausage though to go with it, and I have to go to another town to do that. So I will be doing that. Be doing a meatloaf probably next week or over the weekend. And the only thing that I haven't showed you that I want to put on here is chocolate gravy. And the thing is I'll have to make it, I don't know when I can make it where people can eat it. Because Aiden's always working on the weekends. So I could make it for Jesse and for myself and show you. But it's one of those, I call it depression foods, because you eat your fill of chocolate biscuits and gravy, you're not hungry the rest of the day. That's it. You are full. And so I'm just gonna sign off, and if it doesn't get signed, if I come back on, then you get to sign off. So you know what? I am so glad that I'm not a big YouTube channel where these people do reactions to me, because some of them are ruthless and they would just rip me apart, because I don't do anything the way you're supposed to for YouTube, as far as getting all peppy and everything. And I mean, I'm old for YouTube, and so my stuff's a little bit different, a lot different, and I don't worry about it, you know. If it's just life, you know, and my calling things by the wrong name, just, even though I'm catching myself, the things when I catch myself, sometimes I watch my videos and I put words in there that I never caught. And bless all of you for not correcting me and knowing that it's just part of the progression of the disease. But there are things I notice. I thought I said one thing seriously, and it did not come out as that word on the video. It came out as a completely different word. And I can't give you an example because I can't remember. But 20 minutes after you layer all that. And I keep thinking the cheese has to go on the meat. And then at the end, you put cheese, you sandwich the Doritos and cheese. Okay, so I made sure I was telling you right. And a 400-degree oven for 20 minutes, and voila, it is done, and it is good and simple as can be. Simple as can be. So, the finished product before going into the oven. The meat and cheese and Doritos, meat, cheese, Doritos, and cheese. Live life to fullest, live life with no regrets, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.